Welcome to our session on Leadership Essentials. I want to ask you a question. Do you see yourself as a master or do you see yourself as a victim? There is an essential truth about life, and that is that living life is about making choices. We choose to be masters or we choose to be victims. Sometimes we make this choice consciously, sometimes we fall into a situation. So the choice is in effect made for us. But remains the same. Do we choose to be masters or do we choose to be victims? Now both the stances, whether we choose to be a master or a victim, are subject to the same givens of the environment, the same boundary conditions. But each stance has very different implications in terms of your happiness and your development. And that's the reason I say to you, choose wisely. Who are victims? Victims are people who complain. Anything happens to them is always somebody other's fault. They are net exporters of blame. They lose hope and eventually they perish. Who are masters? Masters are people who may even complain to begin with, because if it pains, it pains. But very quickly, they take the position and say, how can I change this situation? How can I change myself? How can I change somebody else who's affecting me? How can I change the environment? Or even, how can I get out of the situation? Now this is only possible when we transcend our fears. I want to say to you a very simple thing, which is that life is math. Think of life as math. 2 plus 2 equals 4, or 2 multiplied by 2 equals 4. The essential part of this equation is that we control one side of it, we do not control the second side of it, but whatever we do on our side of it affects the eventual outcome. So if the first 2 is mine, and I don't want the outcome at 4, but I want the outcome at 8, what do I need to do? I need to upscale my 2 to 4, because the second 2 is not in my control. That is going to be 2, or it will be whatever number gets put there by life. What I need, given that this number is there, what must my number be in order to get the kind of outcome that I want? As simple as that. If you think of life as math, things become very easy. The equation has 2 sides to it. What you do on one side affects the outcome. So being proactive is to do what it takes to affect the outcome in such a way that the outcome is what we want it to be. And therefore, development is a product of thought, not of time. Success has a price. If you go out there in the world and talk to people and ask them, what is the price of success? Meet somebody, the first person you meet, and ask him or her, do you want to be successful? What do you think they will say? Who in the world is going to say, I want to be the biggest failure in the world? And even if they say that, then that's a statement of success. He doesn't want to be any ordinary failure. He wants to be the biggest failure in the world. No one wants to be a failure, but do we see successful people everywhere? We don't. And there's a good reason for that. And the reason is that we all want success, but all of us are not willing to pay for success. But the reality of life is success, like anything else, has a price. Now why would you not want to pay for success? One reason only. You don't know what the price is. You do not know what the price is. And why do you not know what the price is? Because you never thought about it. You never defined the price of success. And therefore when the time comes to pay up, we are not able to do it, or we don't have the wherewithal to do it. And that's why I say to you, do not go to bed tonight without writing down a success definition for yourself. What does success mean to you? What success means to you is not necessarily the same thing that it means to me. It must be something which lights the fire in your belly. It must be something which keeps you awake in the night. You know something? To me, a dream is not something that you see in your sleep. A dream is that which will not let you sleep. A dream is that which will not let you sleep. And therefore, write down your definition of success. And it's very good to write a definition which scares the living daylights out of you, because it's in the nature of extraordinary goals to inspire extraordinary effort. No one rises to low expectations. People rise to high expectations. So have the highest expectations about yourselves and then work to achieve them. So the question to you is, what is the price of your success? Write down that definition, because remember that the return is proportionate to the investment. Final point before we close. The magic of the word yet. When you face any situation in life, there's always a temptation to say, this has no solution. But just add one 3-letter word at the end of that sentence. When you are tempted to say, there is no solution, say, there is no solution yet. You know the huge mindset change that happens? From stopping a search, from stopping a way of reaching a solution, you're opening the door now to new ideas, to innovations, to new methodologies, because you're saying to yourself, I haven't found it yet, means I am looking and I will continue to look until I find it. And that's the magic of the word yet. And therefore, I say to you, do a final thing, which is write down what will you pay to succeed. What are the things that you do not do currently which you should start doing? What are the things that you do currently which are counterproductive, which you should stop doing? And which are the things that you do currently that you should start doing now consciously, so you continue to do them. I wish you all the very best to achieve the potential of your life, because that is the only thing that is worth our while. Thank you very much.